Hey, welcome to the Kink'D podcast. We're your hosts, Mika,
Frankie,
Khira,
Alex,
and Krystle.
here to sort of detangle the kinks.
Wait, like combing? No, we're not combing out our hair. We're deconditioning.
Unlearning the ideas that were imposed on us by others.
Sharing our stories as Black and brown women navigating the kinks of life, from personal growth, healing, and friendship.
Even the things too kinky to talk about in the office.
We're Kink'D as fuck.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is your girl, your boy, Frankie Benz. And we here. I'm mad that Khira was like, children, get it together. How we feeling this morning, ladies?
I was just about to say I was proud of you for not snapping, and then you started snapping. I had high hopes. You started snapping.
You know what? Don't make me snap into a Slim Jim and break your back.
If you don't take that
Snap into a
90s
Slim Jim.
reference,
Oh yeah.
that showed age.
Yeah. hey, and I embrace it. I got a whole generation that got my back.
We embracing it. We aging gracefully.
Hey,
Over here,
y'all,
you heard?
Are we? My knees
Hey,
say otherwise.
40 means forward.
guess
You know
what?
You know what's crazy?
I was like, guess
Yeah.
what?
You know,
George Jetson is supposed to be born today. From the Jetsons.
From the
I
Jetson
saw that.
family.
Is today or yesterday?
Yeah, he's supposed to be born
yesterday.
today.
Yeah, I saw that meme. But here's the thing: George Jetson's a 1950s, 1960s cartoon. That ain't my generation.
That's true. But I did watch the Jetsons.
You didn't watch that?
I did watch it.
I
I
watched
watched
the
it.
Jetsons and the Flintstones. Mhm.
We
I
all
watched
did.
them.
Anybody watch it with their abuelas or abuelo?
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's how I knew about it.
Yep.
My aunt told me about it, and she used to always. She doesn't speak English, but she understands it, so she used to watch all of the novelas, including the soap operas. All My Children.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I got a story to tell you about All My Children. So All My Children, Young and the Restless, As the World Turns.
Ours
All of
was Looney Tunes, Flintstones, and the Yogi Bears, and wrestling. And then
my
That's what I
brother
wasn't
was
allowed
my
to
favorite
watch. I wasn't
wrestling.
allowed to watch soap operas like that because the American ones were very sexualized.
All right,
Listen.
so
They
we
were.
have a new episode coming in, but it's kind of a backup to an old episode. Mika, would you like to tell us what we're talking about today?
Yes. So if you all remember, we talked about soaking. And soaking is, I'll just reference it for those of you who either didn't listen to the episodes like you should have, or for those of you who need a refresher. So soaking involves one person inserting their penis into another person's vagina and staying completely still. They just soak there, right? We all agreed, poor girl, nothing's happening. They're doing this for religious reasons because this technically means they're not having sex. However, what we missed was that there is a third person on the bed jumping up and down to create the motion that simulates a thrusting effect. Ain't that some shit? So you
That's giving threesome.
That's a good
It's
or
giving an assist.
an assist or enablers. Who are your jumpers, bro? Like seriously, we all have them. We all have friends that we love and we care about. We know that they mean the best. They want the best for us. They mean well. They give unsolicited advice sometimes. They give advice, great advice at times. But then there are people who just enable bad behavior or who just kind of encourage you to do things just because for the gusto. You know what I mean? It's that whole go with your heart. Follow your heart when your intuition's telling you something different and some other shit is like going on and it's kind of fucked up and they're just like, I don't know, girl. Everybody goes through that. It's important to have homegirls that are gonna help you, like see what's going on and make a change.
Okay, so confession. I feel like I
Go ahead.
might be the jumper in some people's lives.
That's honest. That's very honest.
Because
We
I'll
appreciate
be
your
like,
honesty.
let's live reckless. Let's go. Sometimes. Like YOLO. Sometimes. Not all the time.
But
But
wait, who would you?
I
Who
say
do you usually
YOLO.
do that with? I feel Kyra's very protective and nurturing of me. Like she'll always make sure that I'm good. So I don't get that vibe where you're
Yeah,
like,
well,
Ah.
you haven't been out the country with her.
oh, okay, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Okay, my bad.
but
In the continental U.S., she's very safe.
But that's
Outside,
the
it's
thing.
like let's
Like,
jump out
I
the
feel
building.
like it also depends on the person. Like with Alex, I don't think that I need to tell you to go balls to the walls. I think I need to tell you, come on back, baby. Come on. It depends on the friend. Now, Frankie is most definitely a. Are we doing this? Are we doing it? Let's.
Frankie is
That
bungee
sounds
jumper.
Yeah.
She here because
Yeah.
I don't want to give it just a negative connotation, right? You do have your friends who are like, come on, because at the end of the day, what do they want? They want these people to have pleasure, even if it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't want to just give it a negative connotation, although that's how I started. Enablers, but also people who like push you to do things. So who are your jumpers? Who is covering up for you and shit? You know?
I mean, Frankie's the
Yeah.
jumper for all of them.
I,
Look
I
Oh
at
was.
my God.
So is this becoming an
Listen.
that's
intervention
how this
or?
podcast happens.
No.
You could intervene all
Like,
you want. I'm
Frankie,
looking at you
Actually,
like, what
look,
about your life?
actually, your
right?
jumping has affected us in the following ways.
Right.
And
This
yeah.
podcast,
This podcast is
Exhibit
for
A.
what?
this
You
podcast.
know what? You know what? In defense of my boo, I'm just gonna say maybe she's a leaper. She leaps from one opportunity to another. She's gonna jump on every lily pad till she gets to where the fuck it
And
is
we're
that she
like,
needs to be because
whoa,
she's always feeling
Listen, and
froggy.
that's why last
So,
night in that text message group, I
whoa.
was like, bitches, can we slow down? Like, we moving fast.
right. I was.
I just stopped reading it. I was like, I
Can
But
I
well, check
pause
this
and just
out.
say that I was shocked that Kyra was like, "Can y'all slow down?" Because I
I
was like,
know,
"Well,
like this woman, have the
you
nerve. She
Listen,
out here clocking in
the
15
same
hours a
one that
week.
texts us, get y'all
no,
asses
no, no.
up.
Let me.
yeah,
Can
that
I
part.
set this? Can I set the stage?
Yeah.
Can I set the
Said it.
stage? This motherfucker will edit for 6 hours, not get up.
8.
We have to 8 hours. We have to be like, and I say we. I say that loosely, Frankie. But anytime I've been there, it's like you need water. You need a. You good? Did you eat?
I
You
had
know.
to
I
Theragun
haven't
her
seen her even
back.
take bio breaks, bro. She hardly takes bio breaks. And this motherfucker right now, she had a meeting with us yesterday, our check-in meeting from the airport while she was eating a hamburger, more
I
sexy
was just about to
than
say,
Kim
very sexy.
Kardashian eating that damn
You know how
Carl's
she
Jr.
ate it?
burger, bitch.
She turned it vertical and she went,
I wish you guys could see the
Did she?
burger
motion
curtains.
here. It looks a lot like licking something else.
We need to get this video thing figured out.
Right. So people can see
Sure.
that. I wish we could have a snippet of that. But no, yeah, she
We're starting our AMSR
very
channel.
finely pinky up and everything.
Yeah, she did
And
have
then
that pinky up.
yeah.
She did.
She ain't had no crumb or nothing on her face because I'm a messy eater.
And
And I
those
blame my
fries
mother
were
for
dunked
that.
in
But
ketchup, my guy. And there was no ketchup on her face.
I mean,
I mean, she so delicately savored every fry. She dipped it and and she
and then
And then
she
at
was like,
midnight, be like, y'all, I'm fucked up, y'all. I don't know where I'm at.
She had texted
listen,
us. She's like, "Oh, I'm faded," and immediately the song, "I'm faded, faded, faded."
then I kept getting notifications. Frankie does comedy is live. What the fuck is she
Oh,
doing?
yeah. I was enjoying myself out there, sober and fuck. Just like listening to this great chocolate man sing to me.
I know.
No one else.
Frankie was so sweet. I was like, "Hey,
Yes.
is he cute?" And on Instagram Live, this girl damn near got on the stage. Or she put the phone so close up to his face while walking past him. I don't feel like that was yeah.
Were you on
No,
FaceTime?
I was watching
No,
her
live.
Instagram Live,
Oh,
and so I
okay.
sent the message, "Oh, is he cute?" through the live chat. And next thing I know, she's like walking past the stage, like 6 inches away from the stage. Really?
From his face.
Yeah.
With the camera in there.
And then she goes
Oh
like,
my
"Did you
God.
see?"
no.
No?
I saw a nose.
I
That's,
will-
that's it.
I'm letting all y'all know I will always be your proxy shot shooter.
And that's why
Ooh,
Frankie is,
nice.
and that is a prime example of why Frankie is the jumper here. Because she gonna set you up. She gonna do the things that needs to be done in order to make sure you have a good
Right.
time.
Oh, I have a story about Frankie being
What's
my
up?
jumper.
Okay.
So it was my birthday trip. We went to Vegas. And for those who don't know, I am terrified of heights. I'm 5'11", but ooh, anything above that, scary.
Are you scared
And
like if you
so
look down?
No, she
To
was
me,
While you're
sweating.
standing up straight?
I
She
was
was
sweating.
sweating.
I'm gonna send y'all the pictures in the group
Alex got
chat.
it.
Like
Alex was the
you
other
could,
guy that
I got it too. I just
I didn't hear her. Sorry. My bad.
it's still going over my head.
I didn't even hear it.
just
My bad. It's
continue
okay.
with
Go
your
ahead.
story.
Yeah.
So like I'm scared of heights. Like and so we had a day, and she was like, we went on the strip or whatever. And it's November, so it's kind of chilly. And so I don't know what hotel it was, but it has what's the thing
Zip line,
where zip line.
Skylink.
And she was like, "Let's do that." I said, "Who is we?" And she was like, "Me and you." I said, "Me and you who?" And so all of a sudden I'm on the elevator and I'm like, "No, I'll take your pictures. I'll take the pictures. I'll take a picture." And so she was like, "No, we doing it." And then all of a sudden I'm getting harnessed up, and I'm gonna send y'all the pictures. Like
She
Frankie's
looked scared.
like yeah, and I look like I'm about to shit myself.
Mhm.
Needless to say, I
She survived.
ziplined. I survived. I was screaming and crying the whole time, but I did it because Frankie made me.
Well,
That's
I'm
a
not doing
well,
that shit
hashtag
again.
Frankie
know.
made me.
Frankie
Well,
made
I
me.
don't want to make.
I'm gonna send y'all the pictures. Hold on, I'm about to send y'all the pictures because y'all need to see how terrified I look.
While she's doing that, I just want to go ahead and set the tone here. We're not all gonna blame me on this
Oh my
episode.
bad.
Right. This is not a Frankie as the jumper episode, but I appreciate it. Like maybe we should have a Frankie episode.
A fuckboy Frankie
You're gonna
episode
Oh,
ruin
for
it
we
for
sure.
the
need
rest
to
of my hoes.
share all the stories of fuckboy Frankie on an episode. Maybe make it a bonus.
To give, I guess, the jumper a positive light, I would say I have my older sister. I mean, she pushes me to do things I don't really think to do for myself, and I'm most attracted to, or like I get along with people who are complete opposite of me, and that's who she is. Like I don't go with the flow. I'm a very emotional thinker. She's very logical, and so therefore, she forces me to just really think outside my own box because give other people grace. She's everything I'm not really, and so I think that pushes me to be where she like while she's my jumper to be more influential in my life and to be positive and things like that.
Hmm. It gets things in motion for you, right? Like it gets you going.
Yeah.
If you're yeah, because I identify that for sure. Because I can be a procrastinator. So this is a two-part response, real quick. I know this is not the Frankie show, but I will say that when I first met her, I was in a state where I was just like, I don't. Y'all know I'm an introvert. I have extroverted tendencies. No, I'm not an ambivert. I fully recognize I am not an ambivert. So Frankie will challenge you even when you don't want her to. We talked about this before. She'll invite me to a function, and I think it's just me and her going to happy hour, and this bitch invited all of Tribe. And I was like, who are these people? Krystle sat next to me. Krystle, I remember you. You were one of the first people that I met and that I talked to that day. But the other thing about that too is like you have like we'll have conversation, and this is not just with Frankie. This is like with other people too. Like I'll have conversation, and I'm like, I wish I could do this, or I probably would be good at that. And they're like, bitch, why don't you do it? Like, why don't you just go ahead and do it? And in the last year, I will say that I've had thank God, I have so much gratitude for it, very strong Black and brown sisters that have been lifting me up, connecting me. And my life literally feels like it has changed in a year. In a
Mm.
year, when the pandemic should
That's
have
beautiful.
ruined everybody, and this is very personal, but I'm gonna put it out there because it's real. 2020, I felt like 2020, I might not have survived the isolation, my depression and shit. I didn't think I was gonna survive that. I was on the way out to Georgia as a last resort, like I'm going back to my mom and figure this shit out. But no, I had an opportunity to join this Black Women in Nonprofit Leadership cohort, and all of those sisters were uplifting. All those conversations, I felt seen because there are things that we go through that other people don't experience sometimes. And when you have somebody I like identify with that resonates with them, and they tell you how they made it through, or they don't have to coddle you, but they're like, bitch, I see you. That happened to me too, and this is how you fix it. Or I understand why you feel that way. So there's that. And then there's also the friends who do tell you, like, uh, go ahead and do it for you to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because at
Hmm.
the end of the day, you're going to make your choices anyway, right?
Right.
So I think it's good to have people who are going to push you forward if you're a procrastinator. And if it fails, it fails, but you did something. And is failure really a thing, or is it a lesson?
Mm.
It's the lesson.
Mm. Ain't that a
It's
But
word?
lastly,
Ain't
It's
that
what you
a
like,
do with
word this
it.
Sunday morning?
yes.
I must
L's are
say,
lessons.
like, full transparency, all four of you are really big jumpers for me in the sense of like this project, for example. This morning, I was not. I was. tired. I was not in the mood. I was like, I'm not gonna even be able to facilitate any kind of conversation. I
She
don't know,
called
but
me
y'all
and
have
said, "Bitch, I ain't
energy.
working. You doing all the shit."
Yep, I did. And I was like, y'all definitely give me energy when we get on these calls. And, even though we don't connect sometimes throughout, um, in between sessions, it definitely feels like, okay, I gotta show up. Kyra needs the summary. Let me just do this. It keeps me, even if I'm a little slow, it keeps me doing things. And this project is something, it's the epitome of that. And all of you being a part of it makes all of you like jumpers for me.
I
Oh,
know. Ooh,
and Brussels.
right.
I know that I'm not chummy and chummy like that with y'all, but I'm just
You're really
saying.
not.
I'm not. I mean, we'll talk.
Miss Alex lead with that.
We'll
I
talk.
feel like she's a jumper too.
Yeah.
But she's more of a hyper upper. Alex will hype you
She
up.
sure
Like when
will.
you be like, oh, I don't, I'm not that great. And she'd be like, the fuck is
It's so
wrong with
crazy
you?
how we see.
Like yesterday, she was like, Kai,
I
I'll write your
did.
damn
Kyra, did
bio.
you read my
I was like,
bio for you?
Yes, I
Shoot.
did. I was like, yes, this is a beautiful start. Let me edit a couple of things. I'm gonna send that thing right on over.
Well, shoot.
And it's
Well,
crazy
I
how we see
mean,
one another, and it's hard to see ourselves
yeah.
sometimes.
well, okay, that's great because I really see us as a five multifaceted but five-sided prism, and we're reflections of each other, and we see greatness in one another when we don't see what's really in us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
I just feel like that. I know this works wherever it leads, but I just love y'all.
But
Um, mhm. No, go ahead.
the leap
Jive.
that Crystal took yesterday when she told us about the reading.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
I don't know if you want to,
I did.
if we want to. We don't have to
You
give
can.
all the
I don't know how
detail, but
you.
I don't know how you want to
No,
share that.
you can
No,
share.
ma'am. That's all you.
I mean, uh, I do readings from time to time. So I need, I'm in a space where I'm now, I guess, an entrepreneur, and I'm scared. I'm
You
scared as
guess.
fuck. So I'm like, uh,
Mm-mm.
you know. So I asked, a few questions. I was like, I'm doing a podcast. What you see? How that look? Is that? And she was like, she pulled out this card. And it was like three girls. I guess five don't fit. Uh, it was three girls like linked up, and the first thing that came to my head, my girlfriend. So my girlfriend's. I'm hoarse, so I'm not even gonna try to sing today. Um, and she was like, it looks good. I see the star. She was like, y'all right there, opportunity, like it's right there. She was like, y'all have a good like connection, and I just see you guys going forward. I'm like, look at us.
Yeah, I love
We
that. That was very
bad.
encouraging.
It
So let's
was.
talk
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
about
was
the
the three
jumpers
of
that we outgrow.
cups.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, it was the
It was
three of
three of
What was
cups.
cups.
that,
Yeah.
Alex?
Oh, I want to talk. Even though, has anyone? I haven't really experienced a bad jumper because I got a sister, so she will like block you. Has anyone experienced a bad jumper? Like, have you outgrown
Yes.
somebody?
Yes.
And how was
Mm-hmm.
that like?
Um,
For sure.
um,
So go ahead and share that.
well, the correlation to the episode is that these people are assisting you in staying in a bad situation.
Mm.
So
Doing
even though
something
we don't
wrong.
want to make it just that, but that's the correlation. So, um, my pastor that
Mm.
married
Whoa.
my ex husband and I, and
Oh, I thought you said your pastor married your ex-husband. I was
oh
about to
Yeah, I
God,
was like,
say,
wait, what?
bitch.
bitch, what? This is a
Different
novella. I
episode.
want to hear the
Alex,
rest.
Alex, go ahead and say lead with that.
Sorry.
No, no, let's not do that because I don't want this man stalking me and murdering me. No, just kidding. My ex-husband and I, it was very emotionally abusive, physically abusive, all the things. This is umpteen years ago, but I had called probably 2 years within the marriage, into the marriage. I called my pastor. I'm 20, all right, and I was like, "Hey, this keeps happening. What should I do? I can't. And also, infidelity. I can't." And he said, "Well, you need to stick in there longer. You know why? I think you're getting abused because you're not focusing and keeping Jesus Christ in the center of your life."
Oh my
And
God.
because I
I
weighed so much on his advice for years, he
You
he
know
tr-
what?
he did counseling while I was in high school for this marriage, like, and I heard that, and that's when I lost faith in Christianity. But I had to stuck with his advice into this marriage for 2 years, to listening to those things, and but I finally confessed that I'm getting abused, for the first
Mm.
time. I would come up to him and be like, "This is happening. This issue's happening. Oh, we're fighting over bills. We're fighting over this." But I was like, "No, the real problem is this dude is hitting me." And when he said that, I said, "There's no way this is God."
Mm.
A-
It ain't.
Mm-mm.
But I think about how many other pastors have told that to
Mm-hmm.
women
Mm,
in similar
Mm-hmm.
situations, and that's fucked
And
up.
women who are raped in their marriages because apparently you're not supposed to withhold from your husband, it's
Mm.
still rape. They try to report it, and the police sometimes don't even recognize it as rape. And that's scary and that's fucked up. And I'm sorry that that happened to you, because I remember in another episode you said that you felt you were doing the right thing by getting married.
mhm.
And then now you felt like you were doing the right thing by staying, even though you were being a punching bag. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who is this motherfucker? Because
Ooh.
I'm about to put a
Oh
hit
my
on
God.
him.
Yo,
Where
let
he
me.
live at?
Where he at? I
Because
got hoops earrings on now, but I could take them off.
Karma is something. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of kids, and they looked wholesome. This pastor family looked wholesome, but it turns out his daughter, his youngest, ended up being lesbian, and
Wow.
he did not allow her to be back in the church.
Mm.
Um, he preached to my mom about how much my sister was sinning because she was a lesbian, and it was very persuasive preaching. So it was just this relationship with this church. Not that I'm soiling my spirituality with this experience. It once was. There was, after that I had lost complete faith, but I regained it in something else. And but yeah, this dude, it sucks, but my man got it coming back at him, and
Mm.
it was just crazy. But mm, I forgive him.
Yeah.
thank you for sharing. But yeah, but that for real, it just makes me think how many other women. I think I have a friend that's a pastor told her the same thing, like, oh, if you just have sex with your husband, it'll go away.
Mm.
What?
What?
Wait, what? Him whooping my
Yeah.
ass
So
will
this
go
is
away?
my fault.
Yo, these pastors be.
If you just just fuck your husband, it'd be all good.
Mm.
Mm.
They
Mm.
And
graduate from
so
these Christian colleges, and I don't know what the hell they be teaching in there. Like, what is going on?
I mean, the book was written by a bunch of men.
Yo, have y'all ever heard that theory that the King James version of the Bible was actually written by Shakespeare?
yep.
Yeah,
I have heard that.
and
I have heard that.
Oh, not the
then
Shakespeare
King
part.
James was actually had a fear of witches, and therefore that's why he changed the language and to add that we should fear witches. Um, it- Listen, that's another topic. Shit.
Mm.
But then I also heard like that it doesn't the real translation doesn't say man shouldn't lay with man. It says man should not
Women
Oh
lay
born
yeah,
with
children
most
of
definitely.
how they was
It's
doing
talking
it.
about
Oh
yeah,
wow.
It's talking about pedophilia, not
homosexuality.
homosexuality.
Yeah.
Wow. You know,
Yeah.
another I think to answer Alex's question, I think my last job,
Wow. Okay.
it was like I stayed there for 10 years. I loved that organization. I thought that I would, in my limited thinking, I thought that I would retire from there. When reality, there weren't a lot of ways to,
Develop.
um, not just develop,
Grow.
but there weren't many
Advance.
roles for me to advance into.
Mm.
And anyway, so anytime I thought about leaving, it was, I didn't know where I was going to apply, because I had done social work for so long. Where the fuck am I going with social work? But I mean, I learned that you have transferable skills, and the way that you change your resume is just using, picking and choosing what you did for from that job to something else. But like, whatever. I wanted to say that people who would constantly be like, but this is a stable job, but this is steady income, you love doing this. Even though I had tapped out, I told y'all that I burned out of social work, and they were like, but you're so good at it, you're so good, you should continue to do it, and you're helping so many people. But bitch, I wasn't helping myself.
Ooh.
And
Mm-hmm.
like, they didn't see
They
that,
didn't
and
care.
until one, and I will say
Don't.
one person saw it, and she was my immediate supervisor, and it was a conversation that we had that was awkward. She just wanted to sit down and outside, and she's just like, I feel like you're overwhelmed. What's going on? And I told her, I was like, I do feel overwhelmed. I don't feel like I'm bringing my best self to work, and I am scared to say it. I don't know what the implications will be, but I don't want to do this anymore. And it was definitely a conversation about how I need to be exploring other things while I'm there. So they were encouraging me to go ahead and pursue my degree while still working there. So that was good.
That was good.
But when it was time to go, and I knew it was time to go, it was the way that they almost wouldn't release me with peace.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, we thought that you were going to do this for us and now you're leaving. You accepted this assignment and we helped you and supported you with this and now you're leaving. Like if they wanted to stifle my growth. Maybe that wasn't the intent. What they wanted to do was keep me there because I was beneficial. They had to replace me with two people. I'm just saying. But yeah, it was definitely a job was one of them.
Yeah. I hate when people try to make you feel guilty about what's best for you. You know what I mean? Because I got that same thing with leaving teaching. What
Listen,
about the
they will
kids?
guilt
What
you
about me?
when you try to leave teaching.
Listen, I
Yeah.
should have left in 2020, but I was just like, my babies, the babies. And I'm like, fuck it. Like, my house looks like a disaster because when I get home, I'm so depleted. I just sit here. No,
Mhm.
no, can't do it. So you got to learn sometimes that Lucius, I got to put me first.
Facts.
I got to put me first,
Yeah,
Lucius.
and sometimes you smack back. You don't fucking sit there and eat the cake anime. Fuck is your problem?
Nah, but for real though.
I don't even like cake like that. I'm a cookie girl.
I eat cookies. Well, if y'all look
No.
at your phone real quick, look at these damn pictures. They're so cute.
I mean, y'all cute
We'll
whatever.
we'll, we'll post them.
Oh, yeah,
Y'all
I
cute
sent y'all the
whatever. I
pictures.
found them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
send the pictures.
she was scared like real life. Her back was wet. Oh, and she's not an immigrant.
Sweating. I get when I get wow.
Oh my goodness.
Uh when I get nervous, I sweat and I have to pee. Like every 5 minutes. But there was no restroom there, so
The
the sweating
sweating,
it is.
it is.
It is.
Wow. So, I mean, I think that was great. We like talked about our positive jumpers in our life, the negative jumpers in our life, like all of those things. I think that's like really good. And I know y'all, this is a quick episode, but
Yeah, I was about to
it's a
say.
quick episode, but we got right to the point, and we don't want to hold you long, but we don't have to. So
That is true.
exactly. So to reiterate, are you somebody's positive? Or are you the negative jumper? And sometimes the negative jumper can turn into a positive, but don't be out here pushing people into situations that that they need to leave out of. But if you the friend that's gonna end up in jail with somebody, hey, you might be the positive. That's me. I'm gonna go to jail with you.
Mexico.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to jail with
Yeah.
you.
I'm not
I'm
ride
gonna
or
always
die.
do the thing that's
I'm
gonna have
riding
us.
ask questions.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to be out
I'm
here trying to
riding ask
figure out how to
questions.
get you out. Bitch. Like, I'm not going there.
We
Exactly.
all going to
I'm
Mexico.
soft as fuck. I will not survive.
That's the thing.
We all going to Mexico.
I think it was
I'm sorry.
if it was a jail thing, I think Frankie and Khira be in jail. Me and Alex be like,
No,
"Yeah,
I know how to get out of.
Mika."
Listen, I ran into the federales 3 times, and I know how to get
What?
out of every one of them. I was even going the wrong driving direction and high. No, not high.
Girl.
Oh,
It was a mistake.
most definitely, I'm trying to go to jail with Frankie because Frankie's gonna talk us out of that
Yeah.
thing.
She's gonna talk to them about
I don't
she
wanna
has a
even
great
leave there.
opportunity for them if she's released.
Yes, real life.
Hold on.
Frankie, if this
Let's
don't work
talk
out,
about
become a
this.
No,
motivational
but for real
speaker.
though, I feel like that is true, Krystle. Me and Frankie would be the ones in jail. You and Alex would be like, ha. Now Alex gonna be trying to call people to get us out, and Mika's gonna get us out.
No, Alex could get away. If we're in Mexico, she could get away with this shit.
You know
She
what?
like
What? What?
because
She
she's
is
the
not that
wrong
kind
type of Mexican.
Oh, I'm a different type of Mexican. Bruh.
That's it. Alex, please clarify.
I'm
No,
a
that's it. Literally was in her bio.
I know it is, but I love when she clarifies it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just look. People mistaking me for a Mexican all the time, and it's no diss at all. But I'm Honduran. Both my parents are from Honduras, and then,
Yeah.
however, I know once I'm in Mexico and they start speaking the lingo, they gonna pick up where I'm really from, and then I'm probably just gonna be locked up too.
Fuck around and be a Chapo's people.
I'm gonna head back home.
It's the cartel.
Nah, Crystal's like, I'm in the military.
I'm gonna head back home and start
I
a
ain't got time to
GoFundMe.
be in jail with y'all.
I'm leaving.
Oh, they
I'm
You
definitely
can't
gonna
wait.
rest
You
your
can't
ass.
pull no strings in the military
No.
to get us
No.
out.
No, bitch. That sound like
That's Brittany
cross
Griner's still
borders,
fucked
start
up
some
though.
shit.
You know
My
what I'm saying?
brother
Brittany
said-
Griner's still
Free.
My brother said he
BG.
can't go to Mexico with me till after he retires. 'Cause they told him that he
Facts.
can't.
Unless it's a resort, like I can go resort with you, but like regular ass Mexico, I'm not going with you. We're not driving across the border. I'm not
Can't.
doing that. Can't.
Why?
I like what you said, Kyra.
I can't be on locked up and
Oh, okay.
abroad.
You said what?
I like. I was gonna
Can't be on locked up and abroad.
locked up in a broad. That's a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
haven't watched it, but I will.
and I can't be a participant.
But Kyra
Sponsors.
said something.
We're looking for sponsors. Locked up in a bro-
Does that still come on?
I have no idea.
Hey.
What network does it come on? Because that's who we need to sponsor us.
Mm,
I
I don't know.
Let me look.
Hulu. I'm gonna just call you out,
Yeah,
Hulu.
Hulu.
Because Hulu got
You know what I'm
everything.
saying? Netflix, you lit. I'm gonna call you out, Netflix. Let's do
But
something.
Mika, you
But
were
Kyra,
saying-
no,
Stream
you said something
horse.
deep. You said something. Are you like you put it on us too because we have to take ownership for our shit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, you need to take agency over your decisions, but also who you jumping for?
Right.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
sometimes
Think
you
about
might just
that.
be jumping for yourself. Like, no.
Yeah.
or
All of us.
projecting.
Mhm.
Projecting why a person needs to be doing something because of from your lens. You know what I'm saying?
You over there. You need to go to the gym and you're like 100 pounds over. Bitch, you
Like,
You
bitch,
need
you
to-
too.
get up in the morning,
That's
ride
why
a
I don't give
bike.
advice. That's why I don't give advice. I don't give advice.
know.
I don't like when
Yeah.
people like my man. I'm like, I don't got no man. Why would you come to me? My resort is leave that nigga. Like, I don't-
Leave him.
This is
sis.
why I don't tell my single friends
Break up with
my
him.
relationship issues.
Don't come to me for advice and then get mad because something did not come out your way. I don't give advice. I just be like, well,
The eyes. She's giving the eyes.
yep.
Well, to wrap
this was great.
to wrap this up,
Look,
if you would
yep.
like to get in contact with us, our email is info@kinkdaf.com. That's info@kinkdaf.com. And I am Kyra Haley signing off. That's Kyra Haley on Instagram and Facebook, KhiraHailey, Alex.
This is Alex. Follow me at Alex Barrios Comedy on Instagram. Find me on Facebook at Alex Barrios. And Barrios is Berrios. Frankie.
And this is Frankie with the snaps. You can follow me at Frankie Does Comedy with an IE. And yeah, go ahead. Next.
Pass the baton. my nigga.
Pass the baton, nigga.
Krystle.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't know what was happening. Sorry. This is Krystle. I was waiting on Frankie to say a different name that wasn't her Instagram handle. This is Krystle. You can find me at KT06. That's KAYT06.
And I'm Mika. You can find me at Bronxtress. That's at BRONXTE. No, that's not how you spell it. BRONX. Can you
I thought my computer froze.
edit that out? At
Keep it.
BRONXTRESS.
Okay, because I was waiting on the SS's and I was like, where did they go? Where did they go? All right. And we're going to try this. Let's see if this happens. And we're
I like
Kink'D.
I like
That was better.
I like